emptying the bag. Now the time will come when your filled bags of grain need to be emptied. Getting the Australian-made and designed K&D extractor ready for the grain extraction process is easy. As with the seed and forage bagger, safety is vital when operating the extracting machine. For detailed safety guidelines on the extractor, please select the safety link from the main menu on this DVD. So now we get the extractor ready to work. Follow these instructions and everything should run smoothly. Start by backing up the tractor and hitch it to the extractor. Adjust the height of the drawbar as required by using the ratchet on the A-frame. When hitching up, make sure that you are using a double tongue, as the extractor transfers weight up and down on the hitch when you are making adjustments. Lift the rear of the extractor off the ground with the ratchet arm, as you see on screen. Uncouple the hydraulic hoses from their storage position on the drawbar and attach it to the tractor. Remove the PTO off its storage position on the A-frame and attach it to both the extractor and the tractor. Move the hydraulic diversion valve to the auger position. Using the tractor's hydraulic control, slowly unfold the discharge auger. Make sure that it is fully unfolded. Reversing the tractor's hydraulic control will fold the discharge auger down again. Unlock and move the hydraulic diversion valve to the reel position and lock again. When you need to disconnect it, basically all you need to do is what you've already seen, but just in reverse. Make sure though that the weight of the extractor is transferred to the skid under the discharge auger by using the ratchet arm when unhitching. So the extractor is now in work mode, so it is now ready to back into the bag to start the unloading process. If necessary, the sweeping augers can be extended simply by undoing the bolt in the RHS carrying arms, sliding them out to the next hole and reinserting the bolt. Just be aware though, for your own safety, do make sure that the extractor is disengaged from the PTO of the tractor when making this adjustment. On to the unloading process. Now we cannot stress highly enough that extreme care should be taken when using the extractor to unload the bag. If you do not comply with these instructions, you will run the risk of opening the bag along its entire length at one time and exposing the bagged grain to the elements. Open the bag from the end you finished filling. Simply apply the tape across the bag, just down from where it gets tight on top, and in line with where you wish to cut. So we start by making a cut about 20 to 40 centimetres long below the tape running horizontally, as you see on your screen. Then cut down at right angles from the first cut to the opening of the bag. Never cut the bag at the top longitudinally, where the most amount of pressure is applied to the bag. The cut you've created will be pretty much at the same height as the extracting machine's cutting blade. If you do need to adjust the height of the extractor, do so with the ratchet arm, keeping it close to the ground, but not so low that any part of the machine will touch the bottom of the bag. Reverse the extractor into the bag, making sure you back up as straight and central as possible until the sweeping augers are on the grain. As this is happening, hold the plastic to ensure the top goes over the sweeping augers and that the wheels do not run over the bottom. With the roller drive lever in the free position, rotate the roller so the bag grabbing lugs are near the top. Move the lever to the drive position and rotate roller until the dog clutch and lever lock into position. Lift up the bottom and top parts of the plastic over the bag side of the roller and secure onto the grabbing lugs. Using the hydraulic control lever in the tractor, engage the hydraulics to rotate the roller in an anti-clockwise direction when looking from the side opposite the discharge auger. Make sure that the bag is running through the cutter blade located on the discharge auger. It is important to not engage the roller motor when it is in free position, as it may cause the chain to run off. The speed of the roller can be adjusted by rotating the needle valve. Screwing it in will increase the roller speed, while screwing it out will do the opposite. Complete one full revolution to check that the bag is secured properly and that the roller is going in the correct direction. At the start, it may be necessary to back the tractor and extractor until the tension is evenly spread between the top and bottom layers of plastic so as to avoid tearing. The extractor is now ready to begin unloading the bag. Engage the PTO with the motor idling and then increase the engine revolutions as required. Ensure the tractor's gears and brakes remain disengaged during the unloading process. It will only be necessary to slightly correct steering in order to keep the extractor in the centre of the bag. Adjust the roller speed via the needle valve as required. To check that the speed is correct, just make sure that the grain level is high but remains below the height of the roller. Now, if the machine needs to be stopped during the unloading process, make sure that the hydraulic roller is stopped first by moving the hydraulic control lever in the tractor. Then disengage the PTO when the grain flow from the discharge auger has stopped. Be aware that when you get to the end of the bag, the weight of the grain in the bag may not be enough to pull the extractor and tractor back. Therefore, it may start pulling the bag forward. To help ensure you empty out as much grain as you can and reduce the possibility of breaking open the end, it may be necessary to reverse the tractor and the extractor. Now comes time to remove the bag from the roller, whether you are part-way through or at the end of a bag. Reverse the direction of the roller travel with the tractor's hydraulic controls in order to loosen the bag pressure. To disengage the bag roller, gently push the lever towards the free position and simultaneously rotate the bag roller in the same direction of travel when it is working. There is no need to force the lever. This will now allow the roller to freewheel. Place weight on the bag and slowly move forward, being careful that the bag does not catch on any part of the machine. And there you have it, an emptied grain bag.